Staying north now, Denton County started seeing rain transition over into snow about 6:30 this evening.
And so that led to some treacherous conditions on the roadways there. Let's check in with Fox 4's Amelia Jones live in Sanger. This is west of Lake Ray Roberts. So how are things looking there, Amelia?
Hey, Heather and Steve. Well, we saw a full transition here in far north Denton County. We went from rain to sleet to snow, and it's still snowing. A lot smaller flakes than what we saw about an hour ago, but it is filling in. We're at a gas station parking lot, and you can tell where trucks had been driving all day, and then once it started to snow again, you can tell it's filling in that area. And so this is an issue for TxDOT operations, as they want to make sure these roads are clean and treated throughout the night. And they want to make sure if the temperatures, if they fall below freezing, they're super concerned about that refreezing. And as Peyton mentioned, just these roads getting even more dangerous than they already are. We had a chance to speak to some drivers here in Denton County. They told us they made sure to be cautious and take it slow. Denton County saw a good amount of snow Thursday morning. By the afternoon, rain moved in and the roads were slushy. The TxDOT Fort Worth district says brine pretreatment is a part of that reason.
The amount of slush you see on the roadway is partially given to that because it lowers that freezing point, and you'd much rather have slush on the highway than, let's say, ice bonding onto the roadway. You don't want that.
Drivers like Gabe White are not taking any chances on the road.
Four-wheel drive and drive slow.
Even in his large truck, White said he was cautious on his drive from McKinney to Denton.
So I drove from McKinney and I did 20 miles an hour from my house till I got to the highway, and then I did about 40.
By Thursday evening, we started to see a transition from rain to sleet. When we pulled over at another gas station, big snowflakes started falling. The transition back to snow is a concern for TxDOT operations.
Our crews are going to monitor that very carefully. We're going to be very aggressive with the way we treat it. If there's an opportunity to remove it, to plow it off, that's what we'll do.
Especially on elevated surfaces like overpasses and bridges, which are typically the first spots to freeze.
So throughout the evening, as it transitions to sleet, to snow, we're going to be focusing on those elevated points. And if at any point there's any sort of accumulation, we will go to large-scale plowing to remove that off the roadway.
Fort Worth District of TxDOT covers 8 counties. More than 300 employees are working 24/7 during the winter weather event. Val Lopez says they felt prepared for the first half of the winter weather and are gearing up for the second round overnight. But they need drivers to do their part too.
You have to drive to the conditions are present. You have to slow down. You have to show, especially be cautious on those interchanges and those bridges. They accumulate ice quicker and faster, and ice over quicker than the main lanes.
Lopez mentioned that what came through this morning was pretty on par for a winter weather event in North Texas. We'll obviously have to see what happens overnight. We did see several TxDOT trucks out sanding and even putting more brine down on the highways as we were driving in Denton County. I also want to mention there are 50 additional crews from the southern region of the state up here helping the TxDOT Fort Worth district, and those crews are going to be focusing on the I-30 and 360 corridors. Steve, Heather, back to you.
All right, Amelia Jones reporting. Thank you, Amelia.